The UK government has just hinted that digital IDs could be imposed on children as young as 13 years old. What was originally pitched as a system for tracking illegal migration and verifying right-to-work status might soon include teenagers. Yvette Cooper, the new Home Secretary, was asked about it directly on LBC, and she didn't deny it. She said, and I quote, "Lots of 13-year-olds already do have IDs, and the department will consult on how this should be taken forward." So there it is, a quiet confirmation that consultation now means we're already doing it, and we're just pretending to ask first. 2 weeks ago, Keir Starmer unveiled plans for a nationwide digital ID system, but within a fortnight, we're already hearing talk about rolling out to 13-year-olds. That's not immigration policy, that seems like domestic surveillance to me. And this is exactly how function creep happens, where a policy introduced for one narrow purpose expands, quietly and inevitably for something far broader and far more invasive. And then one morning you wake up and your digital ID is the key to everything that you have. Your banking, your phone contract, your healthcare, your travel, your internet access, and the government, it holds the master switch. They're suggesting that giving 13-year-olds digital IDs would make it easier to verify age for social media, gaming platforms, and online content. And sure, that might sound reasonable at first glance, but this is exactly how authoritarian systems justify themselves, through moral panic and the illusion of safety. Because once that infrastructure exists, the function always expands. What starts as age verification for TikTok becomes location tracking for your own protection, and then linking ID to social media to stop misinformation, and then restricting access to accounts that spread harmful content. And then one day, the Home Office announces that it's using publicly available online data to preemptively identify potential threats to social cohesion. And then we all act shocked, even though it was written into the fine print from day one. Let's put aside ideology for just a second and talk logistics. A single hack in a centralized database could expose everyone's data, and it wouldn't even be the first time. In India, a massive 2018 data breach exposed the personal details of millions of citizens under their Aadhaar system, including addresses, fingerprints, and bank links. In Sweden, a glitch in their digital ID system temporarily locked thousands out of their bank accounts. Some even missed mortgage payments. In Estonia, one of the model nations for the digital ID system, criminals successfully cloned thousands of identities through a single security flaw. And in Myanmar, digital IDs were used by the government to track and suppress dissidents during protests and cut off internet access entirely. The pattern is always the same. Centralized data equals centralized control. And once it exists, someone will misuse it, whether that's a hacker, a hostile government, or your own. And that's what's really at stake here. Not the technology itself, but who controls it and what they're allowed to do with it. We've already seen governments of all stripes weaponize technology to silence protest, restrict dissident, and target journalists. Digital IDs for 13-year-olds isn't about the children. They're about normalizing surveillance from the moment you're old enough to log on. And once you accept that, once you hand over the data, the precedent and the power, you'll never get it back.